Why try make VR game? Or you can't do that? Make a horror game. No. I'm gonna make a... And if you didn't notice, this is a small channel with only 1,064 subscribers, so if you're interested, please hit subscribe, the bell, and let's see how fast we can hit 2,000 in 2023. My wife has literally never played a VR game before, and her first experience is gonna be a horror game. So how do you make a VR horror game? I set up the Unity project, dusted off my old MetaQuest 2, plugged it in, and it's out of battery. So I plugged it into a wall and went to sleep. And when I woke up, it was all ready to go. Honestly, bro, I thought setting up a VR controller in Unity was gonna be so hard, but it turns out with just a few clicks, you can get a player working almost as fast as John Riccitiello can destroy a company. Bruh. Seriously though, import this package, change some values, and boom. This is basically Minecraft, you can't deny it. I also imported some basic hand models, and look how good this looks. Okay, but what's this horror game gonna be about? Have you seen the new show on MGM Plus called From? The show follows a town in the middle of nowhere that mysteriously traps anyone who enters. And once you drive in, no matter how far you drive, you're just looped back around to the entrance of the town. But that's not the worst part. At night, monsters come out, appearing in a human form until they get close enough to attack. And those inside try not to be seen or heard to not draw any attention from these things. My wife and I recently binged it, so I decided to copy that basic idea. Also, not gonna lie, this game is heavily inspired by another game that traumatized me as a kid and still influences my daily decisions. I found this sweet looking house in the asset store that was completely free. And I know what you're thinking, but my wife doesn't know what an asset flip is, so I'm gonna look so cool when I show this to her later. One of the first mechanics I knew I needed in the game was closing and opening curtains. If the curtains are open and you don't watch the window, then the enemy can break in. I actually took the bed cover and used it to make some custom curtains, and of course it worked perfectly. This game is going to be set at night, obviously, so at this point I decided to turn down the lights for the first time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. And now I thought it was a good idea to build some terrain.
Hold up. Let him.
I could say this first terrain was just a prototype, but nah, I really thought I could make this work. Found this really creepy looking guy in a suit, and this model was also free, so I basically model full humans now. But I wanted this guy to be smiling, so I brought this thing in the blender, and what the heck? Okay, I can work with this. I wanted the enemy's head to always be following the player when he sees you. Next, I build out the enemy's AI. And basically, if he sees you, he'll chase you. When you go out of his sight range or behind an obstacle, he'll go to your last known location before just wandering around looking for you. But he only wanders around a certain distance from you, so he's never really that far. Also, if you try to run in a single direction, he'll just teleport closer to you. Now I had to test out my new AI on a real terrain. So I found this sample scene from a little studio called Unity Technologies and did what I do best. Imported it, turned down the lights, and ran around with a flashlight testing out the enemy's AI. At this point in the project, I started dealing with some serious lag in the Quest 2. And every time it lagged, I lost consciousness for a few moments, which was really adding to the development time of the game. So I checked out the Quest 2 specs. The website said the Oculus Quest 2 is supposed to handle about 750,000 to 1 million triangles at any one time. And I checked my game camera and I found I had my little Quest 2 rendering 23 million triangles. And that's almost double the recommended number. So I decided it's time I build a custom map. So you know what time it is.
Hold up. Let him.
I gave the enemy the ability to break in windows after a few seconds if the curtains are open and the player's not looking in the direction of the window. Over time, the curtains start opening on their own, so it's nearly impossible to keep the enemy out forever. I wrote a little love note to my wife just to make sure she understands how to play the game. Dear wife, just make sure to keep the curtains closed. And can you get the dishes done? Thanks. And can you do the laundry and sweep up the place while you're at it? It's getting a little bit dirty. After some playtesting, the game felt a little bit too easy, so I added 2 more enemies that each have slightly different behaviors. One is faster, but has a much larger seek range, so he's less likely to find you. The other one's slower, but has a much smaller seek, and you get the idea. I did some much needed post-processing and some other small fixes, but then it was ready. So now, what you've all been waiting for. My wife playing a VR for the first time in her life, and it just so happens to be my VR horror game.
Hayden Johnson.
Alright, ready?
No, I'm literally. Oh, my hands are sweating.
Here you go.
My eyes are closed. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm scared. Oh my gosh. No way. You made this? Oh! Okay. Wait. How do you get used? Ah! This is weird. How do you get used to this? I don't understand. Oh my gosh. Wait. This is making me dizzy. Oh yeah, this is making me very dizzy. I might fall over. Oh, check out that shower. Oh, what? Come on now. Oh my gosh, why is it dark? Hayden, I didn't close the curtain. Why is it dark? Hayden?
Babe, you haven't started the game yet.
Why is it dark? Is just the bathroom dark? What? Why are the lights turning off?
Grab it.
My name is on it! Okay. Hello, Haley. Other than your husband writing this note to you. Yeah, right. We had to go to the other side of the town tonight. Aiden, what does that say? That's wag, we won't be home. Wag? Or is your handwriting just bad? We are trying to help your massively muscular husband. He broke his arm holding up a bus full of children. Yeah, he did. He kept them from falling to their death, but broke his arm in the process. Sad. Anyways, just remember these simple rules. Keep curtains closed, or they can get in. If you have to run outside, do not forget your flashlight. Oh, I should. Why is this the most like... Okay, this is better. Can I open this? What if there's a curtain for this window?
There's not.
So I'm gonna die?
Yeah.
Don't spoil it. Oh. Oh! My flashlight's gone!
Oh no. You might be able to reach it. Just reach in there. Yeah, you got it! You got it!
Look at my fist!
You got it!
I'm keeping it like
I
that.
can't believe you got it.
I'm scared! There's so many! Oh my gosh, I'm dizzy. I'm dizzy. No!
What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of?
That window. I'm scared. What? Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh, Hayden.